Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be reacting to a video from the Roommates. One of the reasons why I really do appreciate their content is primarily because of Hafiz. Man is a Nigerian brother. I'm Nigerian too, if you guys didn't know. So I did want to react to this video primarily because I was watching it and I was thinking, okay, what actually stops men from succeeding? And as he was talking, it was kind of making a little bit of sense. And I don't think this is only for men, honestly. I do think this also applies to women. So I'm going to play the video in a little bit. But before that, like, subscribe. I'm going to be bringing self-development content, self-help, growth, motivational content, and stuff like that. I'm not trying to get into the drama. I'm just here for the guys who want to improve themselves, who want to improve their lives, who want to improve the lives of those around them. That's the only reason why I decided to come back to this, because I saw that there are guys out there like you who actually are following this path and not just doing TikTok. Without further ado, I'm just going to get right in the video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm going to link the actual video in the description. So again, Roommates make really good content if you're into that self-development and self-help path. So let's get right in the video.
I'll be honest with you, I figured it out. I know exactly what makes it hard for me to not compare to myself, makes it hard for me to get over certain things that I have felt like I have failed in the past. Makes it hard for me if I'm in a relationship to, like, temptation is just crazy, the lust is just crazy. It makes it hard for me to either just, be happy for other people, or to really not compare myself, not to be comfortable, not to feel down, not to feel sad, not to feel lonely. I'll be honest with you, it's a cell phone. The cell phone is probably the biggest killer of men's growth. The biggest killer of just self-esteem, the biggest killer of
media in general,
just overall happiness. And don't get me wrong, the cell phone has definitely changed our life as far as, humanity. It has blessed me. I can't lie to you. Just because the cell phone exists, obviously I can make content and get paid and make a living off what I'm doing. So I don't take that for granted. I'm not a spoiled brat out here. But ever since the cell phone came into humanity, you could just see in the numbers that shit hit the fan. honestly, shit just hit the fan.
Going from what he said, yeah, I do think the cell phone did contribute, but it's not the cell phone. Let's be honest. It's not the cell phone. It's basically social media. I believe where he's going to is that the reason people are not achieving the success that they want to achieve, or they stop moving forward, is that they're comparing themselves to other people. And this isn't news, if I'm being honest. Everyone kind of knows this. One of the main things I do think social media has done a lot of good, but it's also done a lot of harm. Because for an invention, I'm just going to refer to it as an invention, that revolutionized how people interacted. It's a way you can connect to somebody at a whole different state, a whole different country, from a whole different perspective, a whole different culture. You can connect with them. But at the same time, nothing has divided people as much as social media has. And I mean it in every sense of the word. Whether it's physically, because of social media, people don't feel that they have to go see people in person anymore. Whether it's politically, people now are bolder to put their political decisions, and then, that fans the flames, and people say, oh, I'm right, oh, I'm left, and that just causes a big divide. Whether it's, racially, social media has caused way more division than, I don't know, you let me know. When it comes to the biggest killer of men's growth, I honestly do think that, well, there are a lot of things that do kill a man's drive, for sure. And I might make a separate video onto that. I don't want to tag onto his video. So actually, before I even talk about that, I'll just wait till the video get to a part in this video. I don't think I can cover the whole thing. It's about 11 minutes, but I'll just cover a little bit more and then give my final thoughts at the end.
You know, you can see suicide rates going up. You can see mental health problems are skyrocketing. You can see all these different statistics that humans are really struggling out here. You know, and I just think that the cell phones gives the opportunity, you know, for social media to exist. And I think social media is the biggest major part component of it, but also just the cell phone overall is also.
Like what was I saying? This is my first time watching this video. And I was feeling that, yep, if you want to talk about the cell phone, you have to talk about social media. Those two go hand in hand. If social media existed, but we didn't have a cell phone, and we had to maybe use only our PCs, I don't think the damage would be as severe as it is currently.
The main issue, but social media obviously is the main culprit, because you get to see what everybody else in the world is doing. You had people that you had never met before. You had people that you had no way of even knowing that it exists, influencing you.
That was a big one.
And then you also, not only they're influencing you, but they can make it seem like you are not where you're supposed to be at in life, because you're exposed to so much information. You know, I was just like literally just watching basketball. I'm like, dang, like, you know, I'm doing fairly well, you know, for somebody my age. I'm looking at Devin Booker going crazy. Brother, like 25, 26, I don't know, 24, 25, 26, somewhere in that range. I'm like, dang. Like, he's younger than me and going crazy.
Well, he's doing like
athlete. He's deemed as successful because he's playing this basketball.
I think that's important to bring up. When you compare yourself to other people, don't compare yourself to somebody who's like an athlete or a child actor, or who was a child actor or a rapper, because those are different like say metrics of success. If let's say you want to be a basketball player, feel free, actually use them as your metric, as your bar. If you want to be a rapper, use them as your bar. But if you want to be a doctor, there's no way you're becoming a doctor at like a fully fledged, world-renowned doctor at 26. That's not happening. That won't happen until maybe your 30s, if not your 40s. So depending on what, but I do agree, social media tends to, they don't show you the metric of how somebody's getting their success or what they did to get to their success. All they show you is the success itself, all the glitz and glamour. So if you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer or a tradesman, find another tradesman in your life, around you preferably, who is successful, and use him as your metric of success, as your bar. But don't go using a basketball player who can peak in their 20s as a metric of success if you yourself are trying to become like a doctor. Let's get back to the video.
And I'm just like, man, like, you know, if I have some kind of success or some kind of cachet, and I'm comparing myself to Devin Booker, you know, what is the average guy, who are they comparing their lives to? And not only who are they comparing their lives to, but is it even healthy is it even healthy that they have the chance to see that? Because in my brain, before the cell phones, before social media, before all these different things, what you know is what was around you. So you compared yourself to your classmates, you compare yourself to your family members, you compare yourself to the people that's in your community. So if you look to your left and right and somebody is 3 steps ahead of you and you're 2 steps ahead of somebody else, it's like, okay, at least I know I can at least progress. And if I stop BSing, then obviously I can see what's my consequences if I don't take care of my business, you know. And that's kind of all the data and information that you have. You can just compare to what is surrounding you. But now you can compare it to everybody in the world, where it's an 18-year-old going crazy and studying on you. I'm going to take your girl and I'm going to take all this money and I'm going to go buy more things that you have no idea even existed.
I'm gonna take your girl.
To
I'm gonna
me,
take
it's
your
just
house. I'm gonna
like
take
that natural sense of comparison and self doubt and envy, even jealousy towards these people. It's more often it's going to creep into your mind because you have access to information.
Well, you know what? I'm
You
gonna
have
end the video right
access
here.
to things and people that you are normally not supposed to have as a human.
All right, I'm gonna call that right there. So he makes a lot of good points. Again, this is the Roommates. Check them out. They make really good content. But I do have to interject as to it is true when you are exposed to all these different people succeeding in life, and you see that it gives you the feeling that you know where you're supposed to be, and that's true. But I do think more important than that is the psychological element. Why do you feel insecure? Why do you feel envious? Why do you feel jealous of that person's success? Because I feel if you blame social media, I mean, social media isn't going anywhere. So yes, I am gonna say full-fledged. It does f a lot of people up. It really does. But we can't get rid of it. It's here to stay. So all we can do is think about, why do we feel jealous? Why do we feel, why do we feel those negative emotions when we compare ourselves to somebody on, let's say Devin Booker, to take his example. Why do we feel the way we feel if we compare ourselves to Devin Booker? And that is a difficult question. Because it's primarily, you're looking at, again, the glitz and glamour. You're not looking at the work someone has done to get to where they are. But the reason we feel those negative emotions, the reason you feel those negative emotions, is because we've been bred since the invention of technology to expect things quickly. So that instant gratification is, because right now, like he did say that before, we compare ourselves to people around us. So we're actually seeing these people. We're seeing their struggles, at least most of it. We're seeing the work they're putting in. For example, let's say you're at school, look next door. You can kind of see, okay, this person here probably studies a lot. He's doing well in classes, and you can tell, okay, this man deserves the grade he's getting. This man is like acing everything, and you know he puts in the work because you kind of know him personally. He deserves what he's getting. But if you don't know all the work he's putting in, and you see the result he's getting, assuming you both are in the same field, that is going to give you the mentality that this world's not fair. And once you start going down that rabbit hole, you're basically screwed. Once you start thinking this world isn't fair because somebody else is succeeding and you're not, you're pretty much done. What you have to do is not only be grateful for their success, but actually believe that success for you is possible. Otherwise, once you start doubting your capabilities, once you start doubting what you can do, that is where the negative emotions come in. You start thinking that the world isn't fair, so this guy who is succeeding, Devin Booker, is probably doing something, or this guy has advantages, or he is getting something from somebody that I don't have access to, that you don't have access to, that's helping him succeed in this unfair world. And the thing is, you don't know what that thing is. So now you created this uncertain criteria or uncertain requirement for success. And you've told yourself that without this requirement, without this secret sauce, I cannot compete. So what else do you have to do? You're just going to be resentful. Going to be envious. Going to be jealous. You're going to start hating. Because you think it's okay. You think it's okay to hate because now, through your own smart deductions, you tell yourself that, all right, this person right here is cheating. So I don't have to respect this person. This person right here has gotten all these gains in a way that I don't have access to because he's cheating. I mean, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but you see, we have to live in this world. So, one thing you can probably do is first, actually, when you catch yourself feeling that way, and thoroughly break that feeling down. Say, do I feel this way because there's an actual reason to feel this way? Or do I feel this way because because I feel the world's unfair? Because I feel this person is getting an opportunity that I couldn't get. So now he's in a place that I can never get to. Just think about that. Alright, just want to get that out here. I do want to keep getting these videos out here, so like, subscribe. Let me know your questions in the comments below. I will address them. But until then, catch you later.